Hello lovely people of the internet, my name is Timid and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new here. I hope you've all had a lovely day so far. In today's video, we're going to be doing a short speed build of an apartment renovation in Tomarang. Now, I'm not going to be changing the exterior apart from the wall height. I just wanted to challenge myself with this build by limiting myself to a fairly strict budget, and I only used items from the base game and For Rent, which is the pack that Tomarang comes with. For Rent is a pack that I don't actually play with that much, and this is a part of my attempt to start playing it more often. The only time I really played it was in my Legacy Challenge, which I did talk a little bit about in last week's video, and I have played a lot of that Legacy since then. I've actually now finished my Legacy series and I'm starting to edit it, so if you didn't catch last week's video, essentially all of my Legacy Sims are still alive and some of the ghosts live on one plot. It's divided into apartments and everybody has a different apartment with different furnishings to fit their vibe. By the end of the series, I honestly gave up on the apartments and I made it into one big house because it was so incredibly buggy. It took around 2.5 minutes every time I tried to save, and at one point the pack glitched so bad my sim got stuck. I couldn't move her and she died because of the freezing temperatures. I exited the game without saving to bring her back, but every time I wanted to travel or I switched household, I would get a notification saying that Timmy has died and I need to choose what to do with the things in her inventory, and I kind of have no desire to play with this pack anymore. I rarely use the build items, I use the cast even less, and the gameplay keeps crashing my computer, so it's safe to say this is the last build I will be doing in Tomarang. That being said, there is a new pack coming out in a couple of weeks. It's called Enchanted by Nature, and I want to say I'm excited by it, but I'm honestly a bit skeptical. For those who don't know, this expansion pack will be introducing fairies into the game in an Irish-inspired world, and there seems to be magic and your Sims can get various sicknesses and now be healed. Also a random one, but your Sims can now sleep on the ground outside and forage for food, and all I'm going to say to that is Lord help my Sims. It's kind of bad that that was the thing that made me most excited about this entire expansion pack, is the fact that I can cause chaos and sadness for my Sims by making them sleep on the ground outside even when it's raining. From watching the trailer, the cast looks sick. Not just the fairy stuff, but the everyday clothes are actually really pretty, and I'm very appreciative of the amount of new plants there seems to be available in the build buy menu. That being said, I am slightly skeptical about this pack. Most occults have come in game packs like vampires, werewolves and spellcasters, and I quite like them because they have the whole skill points and skill tree thing, and there's a point to actually playing them. However, The Sims hasn't necessarily got the best track record with occults and expansion packs. Aliens kind of suck, there's no point being an alien unless you want a fancy skin colour and a cool urn when you die. Same with mermaids. I really like mermaids because it's something I've always been into, and a lot of my Sims are mermaids. However, rather than having skill points and skill trees, they're basically just normal Sims with tails. I really hope that doesn't happen with fairies. I hope we get the skill points and the skill tree with them rather than just having regular Sims with wings. I'd really wish they'd update aliens like they did with mermaids in Ghosts, because Ghosts used to be absolutely useless until Life and Death came out, and now they're mildly useful and they're actually a lot more fun to play. I will be coming out with a couple videos surrounding the pack when it comes out, so if you're interested, make sure you turn on the notifications. I will probably do a speed build in at least one chaotic video. Anyways, I think we're coming close to the end of the video. So how has your day been so far? What's your favourite way to spend a weekend? If you could listen to only one song for a week, what would it be? What's a movie or show you've been loving lately? What's one piece of advice you'd give to your younger self? And what's one goal you're currently working on? Feel free to pick one or two of those questions to answer, or pick all of them. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the build. If you have any particular Sims builds you'd like me to try, let me know in the comments. I will link another video of mine in the description if you kindly like to watch another. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe, absolutely no pressure if you don't want to. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you all, lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one.